Welcome to episode 2 of the Triple Threat Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed our NFL episode last week. This week we're going to talk about NBA. But just to reintroduce ourselves, I'm Mikai.
I'm Donald. I'm a journalism major at Syracuse.
Preston.
All right, so today we're going to talk about NBA awards. I know we're a little bit through the season. We're like 6, 7 games in, 8 games in. Don't laugh. I didn't mean to make that joke. But we're early in the season, but we can still predict some awards because everything can change. And we're going to predict who we think is going to win the MVP, the Rookie of the Year, the Sixth Man, all that jazz today. But we're going to start off hot. We're going to start off with the most important award there is in the NBA, the Most Valuable Player. And we're going to start with Donald. Donald, who do you think is going to take home the NBA MVP this year?
I've been tossing and turning about this. We had this video idea a week ago. I've been tossing and turning about this one. Right now, if I would give it to anyone, it would be Austin Reeves. Right now, personally.
Okay.
But he's not the number. He's not the number one option.
Stop it.
He's not the number one option. This is so hard, but honestly, they've started 6-1, or 5-1 or 6-1. They've looked incredible, and he's carried them throughout it. I have Big Victor Wembanyama, as my NBA MVP. So far to the season, Wemby is averaging 27 and 14 on 52% from the field. The blocks per game, he is averaging 5 blocks per game. But 4.7, but 5 blocks per game, along with 1.3 steals per game. This man is 7'5". He should not be doing this as well as he is. I don't see any more. Right now, the Spurs are 5-1 and look like a top 4 seed in the West. They look insane. Their whole team's clicking. But the main reason is Wemby is finally taking those steps that we want to do. The efficiency has fallen off a little bit. The 3-point efficiency is down. It's at like 28%, but I think he'll get that back up. I think he's still coming out of rust, coming off the blood clot. I personally think there's no world where this isn't the first year of the Victor Wembanyama era.
Yeah, I definitely see that take. Wemby, he's made so many strides from last year. He's dribbling up the court. His dribbling and his post game is where I've seen the biggest improvements. He's got a post hook now. He's working with Hakeem in the offseason. Now he's got a post hook. He's doing behind the backs and crossovers up the court. His shooting has been worse last year. That was a good point. But defensively, he's been just as good. He's blocking every shot. He's guarding 1 through 5. I think it's a good pick. There's nothing bad I can say about Victor MVP.
If you don't mind if I interrupt. So you see the jersey I'm wearing today, the team I have on today. Last week we had this idea come up. And over the past, it's been 2 weeks so far into the league, into the season. And if I have to say anybody's been up and hot as much as recently, it's Philadelphia 76ers guard, superstar, future MVP, Tyrese Maxey. I have the stats right here. Right now, yes, he's playing 42 minutes a game, which is unsustainable. It's not sustainable even through 7 games. He's 3-point attempts, 4.6 a game. He's shooting 47% from the field on 11 field goals a game. And don't get me started about his 3-point percentage. Don't get me started. 48% from the 3. 48% from 3. Extremely efficient year. Extremely efficient year. Might on to that, he's been great on defense, getting steals. He's been consistent on the boards too. And you wouldn't guess that a guy like his size at 6'1", 6'2" would be getting on the boards like that. It's just beautiful. But seeing his points per game too, he's leading the league at 34.4 points a game. I just have to say, yeah, he's probably not going to keep up that consistency for this long, but I do think that he can average over 30 for the rest of the year.
So is Tyrese Maxey your MVP pick, Preston?
Yes, he is my MVP pick.
Wow.
So far, yes.
Wow.
I'm going to give you 2 guys. First, I'm going to give you the guy that I would have said last week, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's averaging 33 points per game, 5 assists, 6.6, 5 rebounds, 6.6 assists on 53% from the field. You can say it's foul baiting. You can say whatever you want about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but he gets to his buckets. He gets to what he has to do offensively better than almost any other player I've seen, in a very long time. He's very skilled as a defender as well. He gets steals. He plays good defense. A lot of people
I
don't
agree.
talk about Shea as a defender. He is a good defender, and his team's 7-0. You know, they're missing Jalen Williams. He's missing his other All-Star. And while Chet has stepped up to play at an All-Star level, this team is on a 70-win pace without their second best player. They're winning everything. Shea is the reason that they're winning. He is just on a historic pace. He's dominated basketball and is now the second year in a row he's dominating basketball. I mean, his jumpers are amazing. His three-point shooting is amazing. There's nothing he can't do as an offensive player. And I think if he keeps up this pace with the Thunder winning 70 games, he's going to be a unanimous MVP, honestly. He's on his way to have that 2016 career season where he was unanimous. So, yeah, my main pick is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
No.
No, no,
No.
No.
No. Curry. No. There's no other Curry.
You can't.
But I want to go
You
back.
can't compare
I
that
want to
Curry
go back to
season.
my Tyrese Maxey take. I got to go back to my Tyrese Maxey take, right? Shea was averaging last year in his MVP season 32, about what, 32, 5, 6, and 4. Like, he's 32, 5, and 5 guy, right? He's on the board. He's this weird mixture of guard, shooting guard, borderline small forward type of player. And I'm looking at my guy Tyrese so far in the quarter of 7 games.
Are you saying Tyrese Maxey is a top 3 guard in the league? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, I have to say that because right now, 34, 8 assists, 34 and 8 assists.
Is Shea not doing the same thing?
Let me see. Let me look again just to make sure. Shea is up to 33 and 6 assists. Yeah.
If I had to say right now, you could say Maxey, but you could also say Maxey because of the lack of health that Philly's had so far. Embiid's been very off and on. Maxey's really been the only dominant scorer. You could say the same for Shea, but like he is Chet. I feel like Chet has been DJ's been very good. But I feel like for Maxey especially, you can say he's really been the only true scorer. They have had guys go off. I think Oubre had like 30 points the other night or something like that. They've had some random pop-ups, but I feel like OKC is more well-rounded. And I feel like Maxey's number, Shea is going to stay like that because that's his role in the team. I feel like when Embiid gets more healthy, I feel like even when Paul George gets more healthy, those numbers are going to decrease. I think he's going to average around 29, 28 on like a good amount of assists, which still will get him MVP votes. I just don't see a world where he wins MVP just yet.
Bought into Tyrese Maxey for MVP.
They would have to go to the finals for him to win MVP in my eyes.
You'd have to keep this up the whole season, but
MVP isn't a postseason award. It's not a postseason award. I'm just saying. It's not
but there's definitely some agenda that goes into it, and I think we can all attest to that.
Yeah.
Speaking of agenda, the other guy I want to highlight because I know none of us said it, and I don't think he'll get any recognition for any other awards is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah,
Giannis Antetokounmpo is leading a team with Ryan Rollins. And no disrespect to Ryan Rollins, he's played very well this year. With Ryan Rollins as his second best player, and the Milwaukee Bucks are winning games. They are beating good teams, and they are beating good teams because of Giannis Antetokounmpo. They are 5-3. They're 5-3.
Unreal.
And Giannis is he's doing everything for this team. His passing has increased. He's making every play offensively. Their offense is either Ryan Rollins hitting a corner or Giannis. He's averaging 32, 12, and 6 on 67.7% from the field. I mean, if anybody else was doing this, they would call him a god. Giannis gets no love because he's sitting in Milwaukee. ESPN, we talk about Austin Reeves more than we're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo right now. And no disrespect to Austin Reeves, he's playing very well. But this guy is doing historic stuff, and nobody mentions his name anywhere.
And you know why?
It's insane. It's insane.
You know why? It's because we've gotten to the point where we expect this out of him. This is an average Giannis. That's the reality. This is the respect that Giannis has earned over the years of him being this Greek god of basketball. He has consistently averaged 32, 12, and 6. Like, this is a Giannis stat line. The reason he isn't getting the love is because everyone knows, there's Giannis over there. We know he's like we know he's arguably the best player in the world on any given night. He just doesn't get the love. Obviously, a guy like Austin Reeves is going to get more love. He put up 50, 40, and then 28 and 16. With the Lakers, and he's also playing in LA. He's got the Lakers hype on him. He's an undrafted guy who played 50, 40, and then 28 and 16 without Luka and without LeBron. So obviously he's going to get more praise from the media. But a main reason is we expect this out of Giannis because it's literally Giannis. This is what he's been doing for the last 7 years. This is Giannis. We know what he's going to be. I understand he's carrying a bag of bones right now, but Like we just expect this out of him.
And we expect
And
it.
I go into
It also should get
yeah.
him an
I
MVP.
look wait. I gotta add on to the Giannis part because he's entering territory, right, Mikai? He's entering territory like what Donald said, where you expect it out of him,
Yeah,
right? Where we expect this. And I liked how you said that because he's going to come up in another portion of this podcast for me, in which I believe he'll be the favorite in. And right now, he's entering that Shaq territory. If not, he wasn't already there. Over the past 4 seasons, if he goes into averaging 30 this season, which he most likely will, that's 4 straight seasons, averaging 30 points a game. And unreal historical efficiency, and it's Shaq level dominance. And he's a one of a kind player. And He's called the Greek Freak for a reason.
Yeah. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for MVP. Let's go on to one that will have a lot more discourse, and I'm sure a lot more Sixers discourse from you. Let's go to Rookie of the Year. Preston, we'll start with you because I think
Oh
you got
my
my
knocked.
God, that man
hold
is
on, hold on,
cheesing.
hold
I
on, hold
That
on,
wonder.
man
I
is.
hold on,
very. I
hold on.
wonder. I
You
greatly wonder
see,
who is your Rookie of the Year, Preston.
I I know who I know. I wonder too, and I even as much as a homer as I am as a Sixers fan, it's VJ Edgecombe right now. He is playing at a D Wade level type of player. And I'm not putting him there in a sense of over exaggerating. No, I think he deserves to be in that conversation where he's a type of Donovan Mitchell level rookie year, even going as far as Luca, either two. He's on that type of level, and so far he can hit that 25-5 type of season. But it will take again what's going to happen with Paul George? What's going to happen
Yeah,
when Jared McKinnon gets healthy? What's going to happen as Quentin Grimes becomes one of the best six men in the NBA? And eventually, I believe they're going to try to put PG at shooting guard maybe once or twice just to try it out. Because Nick Nurse right now is just doing all types of lineups. He's looking at everything he possibly can,
it's
but
working though.
it is working. I enjoy what I'm seeing. If anything, I'd really, really want him to be more aggressive. He's not an aggressive scorer. Even though he can score, he's more of a team player, and I enjoy that about him. But sometimes I just like give him the ball and run straight to the rim. You're extremely good over there. You know how to get to the rim. You know how to get up. He's arguably top three athlete in the NBA. Top three athlete outside the Thompson twins. Those two are ridiculous. But I'm so happy to have EJ on my team. I didn't expect him to become this great so quickly. And the Sixers are playing right now, so I can't see his greatness, but I'm sure he has at least like 3 points by now.
I think VJ has given Preston more happiness than Jalen Hurts ever has. This is
Really?
unreal.
Yes.
This guy
Yes.
loves
Yes.
VJ. Look, I'm bought in too. I got VJ as
Yep.
well.
Yep. Yep.
It's not even for the fact. I think also a thing that's him going for him is right now Philly is going to be a better team than who I think the other top candidate is Cooper Flag, and that means a lot in this award. If you're actually contributing to your team's success, obviously Cooper Flag filling a massive void down there in Dallas. He's filling the void of Luka Doncic. That's pretty insane shoes to step into, but he was one of the most college prospects, hyped college prospects. Excuse me. Like you expect that of him eventually, but not his rookie year. And I just think that I think in Philly there's gonna be more opportunity for him because Philly is so injury ravaged. Jared McKinnon thumb injury, Embiid probably not gonna play every night. Paul George probably not gonna play back to back. BJ is gonna play the back to backs, and I don't know if the 65 game requirement counts for rookies or not. It might.
Not,
It does.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think because of how like young, how explosive he is, he is going to hit that. He hasn't really had any injury setbacks yet in his career. I just feel like that this is feels too good for BJ not to win right now because of all the narratives he has going for him. I know Makai is probably gonna say Coop, but let's see what he's got.
Listen, I'm bought into VJ Edgecombe. I think he is playing at an extremely high level. But I think him playing at an extremely high level, and his numbers are greatly a result of his touches. I mean, he's second in command to Tyrese Maxey right now because Embiid's been on and off the court. He's not playing back to backs, and 82 game season, 25 to 30 of your games are going to be back to backs. But he's not going to be getting this touch share all season. He's not going to be getting this touch share when Jared McCain comes back, at least. McCain, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Quentin Grimes, and Embiid, these are all guys that need the ball in their hands to produce. And somebody's going to
Mhm.
have to take a step back. And honestly, for Nick Nurse, I think it will be the rookie. You're thinking about playoffs, and while VJ is playing very
Mhm.
well, I think they're gonna give him a lot of minutes when he comes back. I think they're going to give Jared McCann a lot of minutes when he gets up to full speed, and when Embiid's, at 100%, he's going to get 35 minutes a game, and that's going to drop off VJ Edgecombe from 20 to like a 15, and a 15 on good efficiency could be great, and it might win him Rookie of the Year. But you know what will win you Rookie of the Year? 17-5-5, and being the only bright spot on one of the worst teams in basketball, and that's Cooper Flag. Right now he's not at 17-5-5. He's at 14-6-3 and 38% from the field. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie. He's had some growing pains, and I think a lot of it is to where he's playing point guard. He hasn't played point guard in college. He probably hasn't been bringing up the ball up the court and playing consistent point guard since he was in high school. And Jason Kidd, you know how Jason Kidd loves his big point guards. He did it with Giannis when he was in
Mhm.
Milwaukee.
Mhm.
He likes a big point guard, so he's doing it with Cooper Flag. And I think they are moving away from him. Brandon Williams, second year player who was very good for Mavericks last year, he played him at point guard. He scored 20 points. So I think Brandon Williams is going to end up being the point guard, and Jason Kidd is going to stop being stubborn, and Cooper Flag is going to be able to be a forward and get the ball and get to the basket and do what he's been doing best. He can hit post ups, he can hit jumpers. He's very electric. He's so fast, and he's a great defensive player. He can give you, I would say he's a more athletic, less of a shooter version of Jason Tatum. I know I compared him to Ben Simmons, and I see a lot of similarities between Ben Simmons and his prime. He's a great passer, he's a great defender, but it took Ben some years to be able to really flourish in that point guard role, just like I think it would take Cooper years. So there's an 82 game season. If by game 30 he's finally excelling in forward and he's averaging 17-5-5 for the rest of the year, and his team winning 20 games, but Cooper is producing every night, I think the agenda will definitely change from the Rookie of the Year. I could definitely see Edgecombe winning it, but what you got to understand, this is an 82 game award, not a 7 game award. And while Edgecombe sweeping through 7 games, through 82, I think it's still going to be the guy who's the most talented player in the draft, who's set up to be one of the highest regarded prospects of all time. I think it's still going to be Cooper Flag who ends up taking on the Rookie of the Year.
I it's yeah, it's probably it will at the end of games. If Coop averages like 17-5-5, like you said, it probably will end up being him. I also do think that VJ has better cases going for him because just of agenda alone. Like I said this a little bit earlier, but think about the roles this man is stepping in. He is stepping in to fill in Luka Doncic, a 6-time All NBA in like 6 seasons type of guy, the literal king of Dallas, their Lord and Savior down there, who carried them to a finals, and people are expecting him to get to that. I also feel like that he's going to benefit a lot more when Kyrie comes back because he'll play his natural position. But I don't think we really know when Kyrie is coming back yet. And if he's going to keep running point guard, if Jason Kidd is going to keep trying it, I think he's going to have struggles, which is where I could see VJ end up winning it.
And the thing about Cooper right now is my problem is mainly with the Mavericks organization. They are absolutely crazy putting him at point guard. And half of that problem has to do with Kyrie being out. Kyrie is such a great asset for the Mavericks. He's one of the main reasons they got to the finals about a year ago. It was 2 years ago. So I'm more than confident when Kyrie comes back, maybe February, March next year, that Cooper will take another step having that true point guard role in front of him. And I've also been looking at some stats. His best games are with D'Angelo Russell at point guard. This guy profits off of having good passing. He profits off of having good space and creation. I don't understand how you take away Luka Doncic, who can play shooting guard, point guard. Yeah, he has defensive deficiencies, but you have Derek Lively, you have PJ Washington there, right? So great forwards, and then you can go draft somebody, go into free agency, and you pick up Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, you're mad about Luka having defensive problems, but you take Klay Thompson,
I don't
like
know
he
what's
can
going
barely
on.
move. You think PG is bad? He can't. Yeah, like
I have zero
it
idea.
doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Nico Harrison, I think we all agree, has just lost his marbles in Dallas. I think it's
No.
Yeah. He's
Dallas fans are
lost
going to
it.
contribute.
He's
If
lost it.
Cooper keeps playing like this, Dallas fans are going to have a public execution of Nico Harrison.
It's rough. It's rough. I
Yeah,
wouldn't take
that's
my worst enemy. So this award is it's kind of difficult. It's difficult because we don't know what players are going to start for an 82 game season. Obviously, like DeAndre
Mhm.
Hunter was the favorite 2 weeks ago, and the Cavs announced him as the starter. So it's man of the year. It's difficult, but what bench player could you see making a huge impact this season, enough to be in contention or take home the award? Donald?
I'm going to be like Preston for just a second. Look, I don't. Here's the only reason I don't think this guy could win the award. I don't know if he's going to play 65, which it's very questionable because he's had a lot of injury problems. But if he's healthy, there's no doubt in my mind Josh Hart can easily take home sixth man of the year. Josh Hart has been the spark for the Knicks since their revolution. They traded for him at the deadline a few years ago, and he just came in and changed the culture in New York. It started out in that first playoff series, but you can tell how much this guy loves the city and loves playing for the city. He is right now just so consistent, like not even consistent scoring. He gets you in the court and he gets you rebounds, assists, and steals. That is what you want. You don't need him to score. The Knicks have a ton of scores. They have Jordan Clarkson, Jalen Brunson, Cat can score, Mikal Bridges can score. They don't need Josh Hart to score. They need him to get rebounds and assists. They need him to do something without the ball in his hands, and that is what he does. He dishes dimes. He gets you rebounds. I think like in the playoffs last year, a few years back, Josh Hart's averaging like over 10 rebounds a game in the playoffs. I saw a stat like that the other day. That's
Oh,
insane. He's a guard. He's averaging like 10. And then, of course, that was in a starting role, but now he's on the bench role. Imagine this guy late in the games after people have fouled out or gone in foul trouble. You have this guy off your bench to get you a rebound or an assist when you need him most. And also, I keep diminishing his scoring. He has hit so many random clutch threes for the Knicks in previous years. Out of nowhere, Josh Hart can come in off the bench and hit a crazy three. I know Preston knows that from the Sixers series a few years back when Josh Hart was just lighting the planet on fire. But the reality is, I think in this bench role, Josh Hart is actually going to be better than when he was as a starter, and I think that ultimately will propel him to the sixth man of the year.
I have I oh my gosh, it almost pains me to talk about him. Um, the Celtics, Anthony Simons, currently, because Peyton Pritchard seems to be starting at the moment. He was cooking my team a few nights ago, and
was
I didn't know how to feel because it was just hard. Like, how do you go from Drew Holiday and then you go out and you get Anthony Simons as your backup? And then I'm assuming that Jason Tatum's going to come back soon, and this guy is just going to be a powerhouse off the bench. And he was starting in Portland too, which is ridiculous to me. And this guy is coming off the bench. He's basically a nuclear scorer. He'll come in, he'll get you points. If anything, he'd be some type of defensive maker. Um, it's not really his strength, if anything, but he can give you effort. But if somebody else, yeah, outside of him, Quentin Grimes, somebody like that. But as you guys said, six man of the year is kind of up in the air right now, considering injuries and the NBA being a more fluid type of uh, system right now where there's no real consistency at the moment, especially early in the season.
Yeah. And with that said, there's one guy who definitely will not start as long as people are healthy because this team, they've got very good small forward, very good power forward. And he's averaging 20 on 50, 40, 90 from the field. This guy, you would not think. This guy is Jeremy Grant
Oh, I
over
saw
in
this.
Portland. Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, I wait a second, what?
He's averaging 20.
He is?
Blazers are 4-3. Jeremy Grant
No,
averaging
he's
20
not.
per game. 43.6% from three, 84% from the free throw line, and 51% from the field.
He's
So
having a 50, 40, 90
Real?
season.
Oh wow, he is. He
What
is.
the?
he's not starting
Oh my!
because Denny
He's like so.
Avdia
Oh,
has taken an all-star leave, and Denny Avdia is starting, and Tamani Kamara is starting at power forward, one of the best defensive
yeah.
players in the NBA. So he's going to be off the bench. He's
Excellent.
coming in,
Excellent guy.
he's hitting his shots, He's playing good basketball. Jeremy Grant's been a bench player now for a few years. He's been in Portland now for what feels like forever. But he's taken this leap, and this Blazers team, you would not expect this team to be 4-3. Coach Tiago Splitter has taken over after everything happened with Chauncey Billups, and this team is playing good basketball. They are playing good basketball. They beat the Warriors the other day. If they keep this up, if they go like 42-40 in a tough Western Conference, they got to get some love come award time. And I think why not give 6 man of the year to Jeremy Grant, who's averaging 20 points per game. I don't know if he'll keep that going, but even if he gets to 18 on 40% from the field and 40% from three, that's the 6 man of the year.
I didn't realize he was averaging 20 on 40% from three.
Yeah. Yeah, but my thing for Jeremy is, like, I'm looking at Jeremy. He's always been a consistent scorer, right?
Yeah.
He's been consistent the past few years. And I did not know that, Donald. Like, I didn't.
Me neither, bro.
That is some wow. 20, he's averaging 20 a game.
Yeah.
He's averaging almost a block, too. That's wow.
Good for him, man.
Good for
Underrated. Good for him.
Did not think that's the guy I'd be talking about today.
I just want to take a break from the awards real quick. Can we address the state of the Brooklyn Nets for like 5 minutes? Can we talk about how the Nets are just Michael Porter Jr. is currently leading the Nets in assists.
I think
the pass the rock.
The Pelicans are worse.
No. The Nets are worse. I want to address this. The Nets could be the worst.
The Pelicans are depressing. No.
The Nets are at least trying to be bad. New Orleans thought they were a playoff team.
Okay, that's true.
You thought Zion was going to be great. Like, come on.
Zion's hurt again. He just hurt his hamstrings. He's out 2 weeks.
Did they trade Jordan Poole?
They have Jordan.
They have Jordan Poole, right?
Zion got hurt again.
Zion's out for 7 to 10 days. Yeah, he's out for 7 to 10 days.
What is he hurt?
They're starting
DeAndre. Hurt already?
Who are they starting?
DeAndre Jordan.
Who?
Yo, what the world?
In 2025.
He was out of the league 2 weeks.
How old is he?
All right. So now we're going to get into a award that some people say has died over the past years and lost its meaning because of it going to number one picks and going to players who don't really deserve this. But it's always a fun award. It's most improved player. Donald, who's your most improved player?
This was a hard one because there's a lot of good white boys for this award. A lot of good shooters out there.
A lot of good white boys for this award.
A lot of good shooters out there. White guys who can shoot. Obviously, what I want to say is AR, but I think his numbers are going to come down. I think he's going to average like the same. I do think he'll be an all-star. My pick is I didn't know about this guy until last year because he wore his jersey and I sat next to him in TV media. Shout out to my guy, Josiah Tobin. We're going to have you on a future episode one day. I miss you, King. My pick is Matas Buzelis for most improved player. I think that the Bulls are right now very good. I don't think they're going to stay like this, but the Bulls are playing insane basketball. And I think a big reason has been the elevation of Matas Buzelis. First of all, his athleticism is unbelievable. When Josiah was first telling me about him, he was telling me about how his athleticism was insane. We saw some of it in the dunk contest. Would have liked to see more, but we saw some of it. So far to the season, Matas is averaging 14.9 on 4.6 and 1.1 assists per game, and he is shooting .469 from the field, 42.4% from three, and he has a free throw percentage of 82.4. And also, so far his steals per game are up 0.5. Obviously, I'm comparing a full season to a little bit of a 7-8 game sample size. Excuse me a second, but I do think that he is elevating his game. Everything about his game looks great. I was watching him in the Knicks game today. His shooting looked great. His ball handling looked better. He seemed to flow around the court better. I don't know what he did off season, but his off-ball movement looked a lot better than I've seen. And you just feel like he's getting more involved. Now that he's a second-year player, I think Billy Donovan is trusting him a bit more, and it just looks like he's elevating his game. We've seen MIP, and these players just average like 5 to 6 points, more points per season, upgrade their stats a little bit. But if they can see that true point increase, like right now he is averaging more than 6 points per game than he was last year. If they see that and the Bulls truly are good in a weak East, then there is a real case for him to win MIP.
I get you. I think it's a great pick. And I'm going to stay with the same team. This guy, I think he'll be an all-star this year. He's one of the best players in the conference right now.
I know where you're going. He was my second pick.
Giles Giddey. It's Giles Giddey. This guy I can't believe the leap he's taken. I knew he
Yeah.
always had the potential, even in OKC. And realistically, it was never going to happen in OKC. There was too many mouths to be fed for him to make that leap there. And I've seen a lot of discourse on Twitter about the Josh Giddey trade. I think it worked out for both teams. The Thunder have a ring. Josh Giddey is leading the Bulls back to prominence. I never thought I would be saying those freaking words. I can't believe they're coming out of my mouth. He's averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. That's a freaking triple double. That's a literal triple double on 49% from the field. His team is 6-1. He can do it all. I mean, he's not really that good of a shooter, but he's shooting 41% this year. I think that's going to come down, but right now it's 41%. He is one of the best passers in basketball. He's 6'7". He can see everything on the court. I mean, if there was ever a white Magic Johnson other than Luka, it's Josh Giddey. It's Josh Giddey. If there was a white Magic Johnson, it's Josh Giddey. He's a good defender. He can score. I mean, he is doing everything for the Chicago Bulls right now. He's the main reason that they're 6-1, in my opinion. And if he continues taking this leap, he's going to be an all-star, and he's going to be most improved. Last year, he was averaging, I believe, 16 points per game, 14 points per game, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. This year, he's up to 23 points per game, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. He is textbook definition of the award. It's Josh Giddey right now. If he even keeps us up to 28-8, it's going to be Josh Giddey.
Preston, before you go, I just want to quote Mikai's thing. If there was a white Magic Johnson, it would be Josh Giddey. That's an all-time quote.
That's messed up. No. Yeah, I got to go back to the Western Conference. And this guy, I knew he was good. I knew that he needed to get out the situation that he was in Washington. And I knew that if he got out of Washington, he'd grow amazingly. He's, in my opinion, one of the best foreign talents to come out in a while, and he's finally getting his flowers, and he's starting to finally blossom into who he can truly be, and that's Denny Avdia. I mean, I enjoy how he's been playing. I've seen he's truly taking that next step. He's taking a step that Scoot Henderson hasn't done. And as much as I'm disappointed in Scoot Henderson, I know Portland is very excited to have Denny and Jeremy and Donovan Clingan. It's such a great roster. They have such a great roster, and I'm excited to see what they'll do in the future. But Denny right now, he's averaging 24, 3 and 6. Great efficiency. He's going to be a 50, 40, 90 guy too. You got to look out for that. And he's a sleeper all-star pick. But the West is pretty, stacked at the moment. So,
Very tough.
I doubt he'd get in. So it's not really a given like Giddey or Austin Reeves or somebody like Matas Buzelis. And other guys were. If we go back to last time we went over some of this stuff, Amin Thompson, DeAndre Hunter, guys like that. They haven't really taken any weird steps yet. Even guys like Reed Shepherd. One of the people that I actually want to contest with you on is Matas Buzelis. He was a lottery pick.
Yeah.
You expect him to be taking a step year 4 into year 3 or 4, right? You expect him to be taking that step by now. You see that a lot with lottery picks. You expect him to start growing as years go by.
This is only his second year, though.
Yes.
Ja Morant won this award. I believe Cade won it.
Cade won it last year.
Yes.
This award has lost all meaning. Let's take that in. This award has lost all meaning.
If you want to bring the meaning, I'm going to raise you one guy who nobody's really going to talk about him. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers first-round pick from last year, Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson wasn't really
interesting.
He spent most of last season in the G League.
Let me look at his stats.
He averaged 3.6 points per game. Over the last 3 games, he's averaging 19 points per game. On the season, he's averaging 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He's shooting 50% from the field, 40% from 3. He has stepped up into a rotational piece on this team that needs him. Honestly, Max Strus out, DeAndre Hunter missed some time, Sam Rowe missed some time. Jalen Tyson, this guy played for 4 different colleges, stepped into the NBA. Now he's on one of the best teams in the league producing. I would watch out for that night. I would watch out for Jalen Tyson.
I want to bring this back up because I'm genuinely meaning it now. Is there a world where Austin Reeves does win it? Because right now, like obviously LeBron hasn't come back. Luka hasn't come back. He doesn't. I think his assist numbers are going to be up so high that if he averages like 24 and 10, that might be enough. Especially if the Lakers keep being this. I think the Bulls are going to fall off. The Bulls have had a rocket start, but the Lakers are playing this good without Luka and LeBron. Is there a world where he can win it? Because he's literally averaging like 30. I think. Hold on. I think he's actually averaging like 31 and 10 right now, or something stupid like that.
I think Reeves has a case. I think he definitely has a case to be an all-star in a crowded Western Conference.
I don't know if he's if how much he can actually upgrade. He's averaged 20 points per game last year.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Is there a world where a 2 or 3 point increase isn't really upgrading in my eyes?
From 20. Like obviously he's much better as a player last year, but I just don't think he's gonna have the numbers.
Let me see. Reeves
I
this
want
year.
to look at somebody else. Who? Reeves? Wait, but I want to bring in one guy. Just one guy.
No, you're good.
I think he's more
I'm
of
looking
a
at the
sixth
stats.
man of the year type of guy. Yeah, look at the stats real quick. I think he's more of a sixth man of the year type of guy. Casey Wallace.
Oh,
OKC. He was the 10th overall pick a few years ago. But right now he's averaging about 3 steals. He's one of the best on-ball defensive players in the NBA right now. Especially for a guy that's 6'4". Yeah, he's pretty big though. The main thing about Kaysen, he'd be in such a better situation if he wasn't behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
If he were to leave and go to Portland, then yeah, I'd see him being one of the best two-way players in the NBA with more minutes. But one of the things that OKC has to deal with is they're so stacked and they have such a deep roster. You can't get everybody minutes. But I enjoy watching him. He's fast. He's fun. And I think we should look out for him as an MIP player in the future. Not currently this year, but if anything, a sixth man of the year type of player.
All right.
I got Reeves stats real quick before we transition. Reeves currently is averaging 31, 5, and 9 on 49% from the field.
Not keeping that going.
No, he's not. But I don't think
that he's not staying there.
I think he's going to average
25.
I think he's going to average 23 and 8. I don't know if that's going to be enough improve from 20 and 5 to get the award. No, but I also think he might have a case because he is undrafted, and there hasn't been a real MIP who hasn't been a lottery pick in a couple of years. So I think the undrafted case might go for him well, depending on how much Luka and LeBron are out. But that's all I have. Last thing. Shout out Austin Reeves.
Oh my gosh, this guy. But Preston, you were just talking about great defensive players. That's a great transition. We're gonna get into defensive player of the year. Personally, I think this is the most lopsided award. I mean, this guy was gonna win it last. He still led the league in blocks. He played half the season and he led the league in blocks. He was gonna win it last year if he didn't get blood clots. Unless he falls off the face of the earth or he tears his ACL, knocking on wood as we speak, because we do not need Victor Wembanyama hurt. Unless he dies.
Please don't let him die. Please, keep that out. Keep that. You're throwing that out into this.
Unless the NBA stops again, Victor Wembanyama is winning Defensive Player of the Year. There's nothing in this world that could stop. I would put my life savings on it. That's how confident I am. Victor Wembanyama is the Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, this guy's getting 4 blocks a game. He's getting some steals. You can switch him onto a point guard, and he might block the point guard. Inside, he'll get dunked on 10 times a year, but he is the best defensive player in basketball. He's one of the greatest defensive players we've ever seen just because of his size. He doesn't even have to jump. He's not even jumping when he's blocking these shots. It's like playing against your father in the driveway, man. It's not fair. This guy's insane. He's no
Preston, you got 1B2?
I have to be a devil's advocate because Wemby's literally the runaway answer.
For discourse base, for discussion base.
I have to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay, yeah.
He is the definition of excellence as a defensive player. He's the definition of excellence, and I don't think you can take that away from him. As I said, he's a MVP candidate too. He is at that point where he's in those Shaq conversations where we expect you to be great. Like right now, he's averaging 12 rebounds a game. 12 rebounds a game. You can switch him on anybody. How many steals? Let me see how he's averaging a steal a game. You see how many blocks? About a block a game too. He's been, more on the ballish, more paint guy. He's more standing in the paint, making sure everybody's good. He's been really, the Milwaukee Bucks are interesting, but I really, really like Giannis, and I think this can be his type of I'm gonna disrupt this little guy, this young guy type of year for him.
I think for Giannis to win it, I'm looking at something for. I think for Giannis to win it, I think the Bucks would have to have a top 10 net defense just to show. Like, I think that's the only world where he like really shows a chance, because if he has enough influence of the Bucks of a top 10 net defense, and that might give him a strong case, because that's a lot with what the Bucks have, which is literally nobody, especially with the defensive liability with Miles Turner at center. I'm going Vic as well. Vic almost had it. Let me see. Where was that game? Vic versus the Pelicans. Again, the Pelicans. He had 29, 11, and he had 9 blocks. The guy almost had a triple-double with blocks.
And he fouled out, too. He fouled out.
He fouled out, yes. And he's doing this. And he played 32 minutes that game. The guy has only played 40 minutes once. And he's doing this. If this guy ever plays a full 48, he's going to have multiple 5x5 games. Like, he's also this year, he's also averaging a steal per game. He's averaging 1.3 steals per game and 4.7 blocks per game. He is averaging a steal as 7-6. This should not be like a thing. Like, we keep talking about it. We're going to keep talking about it, because this is our LeBron. This is our parents at MJ. The generation then had LeBron. This is our LeBron and MJ. This guy, we're watching a GOAT in the making, bro. This guy is unbelievable. I don't care what happens. He is averaging 4.7 blocks per game. He probably will go down as the greatest shot blocker of all time. I don't know if it was the Mormons, the monks, whatever, him shaving his head, him working with the keys.
What happened?
Whatever happened.
Oh my God.
What did he do to take this leap?
I think it's over. I think he might win.
Yeah.
I think he might win. I think he might be. My best comp for a sports person might be Shohei, where he just runs away with D-point MVP for the next 10 years, because he's just going to be this freak on offense and defense. Last ahead in Wemby.
Yeah, I don't know about Milwaukee now. Looking at their defensive, they're bottom 10 in the
perimeter
NBA.
as well. Milwaukee doesn't perimeter defense.
San Antonio's 2.
Yeah,
and most of that is probably because of Wemby.
Preston, I do want to make it clear. You were just saying Giannis for discussion based, right? You actually think Wemby's going to win it?
I think he's going. I think he's going to run away with it.
Okay.
My thing is, if anybody's going to challenge him, it's going to be Giannis.
And that's a good point, because Wemby.
But I truly believe that. Yeah.
Wemby might not play the 65.
Yeah.
He's had injury problems.
The only reason Evan Mobley
he's going to play. They're going to play him.
Is because Wemby got hurt last year. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Is there a world? Is there? Go ahead, Preston.
There's no reason why Wemby can't play 82 games a year. He is the most athletic human being in the NBA. And by athletic, I mean he's
like lengthy.
He has a 40-inch vertical. Like, are you guys just? He has a 40-inch vertical. He has an 8-foot wingspan. He can put his arm up, and his arm is technically touching the backboard, if not higher. I mean, he could just sit in the paint every day and just get 30 a game. He doesn't have to do much. He really doesn't have to do much. He gets down the court in 5 steps. All he has to do is not do anything crazy, not jump anywhere crazy, and just stay healthy, eat well. I mean, have you seen his ankle durability? Have you seen, like, him trip up on his ankles? Yes, and it's like anybody else. Embiid, sadly, yeah.
He spends like $3 million a year on his body.
Yeah. Embiid would be out like 2-3 weeks if he rolled his ankle like
all
that.
All he's got to do is stay healthy.
Like,
just stay healthy.
Yeah.
All right, so into our final award. It's not one that gets a lot of discourse, but this is always a fun one. Coach of the Year.
I'll go. I changed mine. We had this idea. My first pick was Jamal Murray. I think the Magic are going to need a season or two to gel with Desmond Bain.
We're
Preston's going to love my pick.
Canadian.
Preston's
I
going to
knew
love
it.
my
I
pick.
knew it. I know who it
I'm
is.
giving
I
him
know
some
who
love.
it is.
I'm giving a
Yes,
shout out to Nick Nurse.
yes,
I
yes,
think that,
yes.
and it may be early season bias, and that's probably what has influenced me because the Magic haven't started out great. But the Sixers look good. The Sixers look really good, and they're doing this with literally just Maxey and Edgecombe. When Quentin Grimes hasn't had to score that much, McCain's been hurt, Embiid's been in and out, Paul George has been in and out. They're doing this with basically Kelly Oubre, VJ Edgecombe, and Tyrese Maxey. I don't know if it's because VJ has that much, but the Sixers look legit. Their defense has been much better. They're scoring like crazy. Tyrese Maxey, like Preston said, is an early MVP candidate, which has clearly helped a lot. But just the Sixers look so much better than they did last year. I don't know what happened because it's basically the same team with VJ, and they even lost. They lost one of their best players too. They lost what's his name? Yabusele to the Knicks.
obviously.
Yeah, I
Oh
thought they
my
would have been.
God,
I
I
thought they
miss
would have
him
been
so much.
significantly worse. But no, the Sixers look even better than last year. I think they're going to easily eclipse their win total. And at this point, they're going to probably be a top 4 seed in the East because of how bad the East has been thus far. And I just think that with how little expectation the Sixers had, if the Sixers finished with 40 to 48 wins, I think Nick Nurse is going to have a very strong case for Coach of the Year. Preston, I bet you picked Nick Nurse too, but yeah.
Yeah, my go-to pick is Nick, of course. I enjoy watching this team. This is the first time I enjoyed Sixers basketball, and since James Harden came here for the first time. It's been a while. Yeah. That's been what, 3 years now? 2 years. If anything, the last time I really enjoyed NBA basketball for the Sixers was Robert Covington, Dario Sar. Yeah, like the baby, like the baby Sixers, or Sanya, Ilyasova, those types of Sixers ball. And
You guys had the
Nerlens
MVP
Noel.
2 years
You guys
ago.
had you had Joel Embiid MVP, by
The
the way.
MVP.
Listen. I have to go with Mitch Johnson, San Antonio Spurs head coach.
Oh,
Guy's brand new. He's leading this team, a team that's been led by arguably the greatest head coach of all time, if not two, Greg Popovich. He's doing an amazing job. Leading this team. He's doing an amazing job with Dylan Harper, amazing job with Vic, amazing job with Stephen Castle, Harrison Barnes. That whole entire roster is doing well. And it's just an exciting time for the Spurs. And I have a feeling that Mikai will go to a guy that, I have an idea of originally. I have an idea of who he's going to pick. And what I'll say about that guy is that he's also it's his time to get one. It's his time to get one. Yeah.
I'm actually not going to go in that direction. Last week I was going to say Eric Spoelstra.
Oh, really?
The Heat are 4-3, and they were at the time we were recording last week. They had like one loss. I think they're 3-1. I just think they're going to be a 42-40 type team, like they have been pretty much every year.
It's wild. But before you go, it's wild. He's never won one.
I can't believe it.
The
Heat won 50 games. Tyler Hero is going to come back. If the Heat win 50 games, I would say Spo's my pick, but I don't think they're going to be that good. Here's a team that I think will win 50 games. I don't think they're as legit as 6-1 says, but we mentioned them earlier. Listen, Billy Donovan, they were calling for his head a few years in Chicago. They gave Chicago doubled down. They gave him a 4-year extension. They said, look, Billy Donovan is our coach. And look, it has worked out. Billy Donovan can coach the game of basketball. I mean, they're doing it without Kobe White. They traded Zach LaVine. They repositioned this roster, and they're getting – everybody's producing. A few games ago, the Bulls had 10 players in double digits. Or they had 8 players in double digits. That's crazy. You have a team with Isaac Okoro and Patrick Williams on the court at the same time, and you're winning games. That's on the coach. Half of their roster can't shoot, and they're still winning games. That's what I think. I think they'll come down a little bit. But Chicago Bulls are playing great basketball, and Billy Donovan is leading that basketball, and he deserves some Coach of the Year love. I think if they get 50, if they're a top 5 seed in the East, he's gonna run away with the award, honestly, because you got Josh Giddey playing at an altar level. You got Ayo Desomnu scoring 16 points a game. Kobe White's gonna be back. You got Vooch hitting game winners. Nikola Vucevic hasn't been a positive player in like 4 years, and now he's hitting game winners.
Buzelis.
We got Buzelis. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I think Billy Donovan has a chance to win this award, and this is crazy because a week ago I probably wouldn't have said this. Going into the season, I probably wouldn't have said this, but maybe it's a little bit of recency bias. I'm gonna go with Billy Donovan.
Yeah,
think
as a guy that's in the Illinois area right now, near Chicago, few hours, like 2 hours out of Chicago. Yeah, I see some Bulls fans around here acting high and mighty. But I can't blame him. Billy Donovan is changing that franchise. If anything, Chicago needs it. They need this.
Yeah.
Chicago needs this. They've been in the basement of the NBA since the Derrick Rose days. You lose a guy like Jimmy Butler. You could have built around Jimmy Butler, if anything, but you take him out, Zach LaVine, in and out. I mean, you get a guy like Josh Giddey. He's young. He's fast. He's smart. He's basically in his own element at the moment. You build around him, get a few drafts in. Billy Donovan, if I'm not mistaken, he was great with OKC. Great with OKC. Excellent with OKC. Now he has a Russ type player. And I'm not saying that Josh Giddey is Russell Westbrook, but I'm saying that he can use Josh Giddey in a similar role as Russ. And then you have Ayo who can. That's what I have. That's what I think. Billy Donovan really wants is like, yeah, I have a guy that can get me rebounds, that can be clutch, and that can get the ball to guys that I know can shoot, and he can trust people. And going into next year and the years going on, I'm interested to see. I gotta check about their cap space because hopefully in the future, if they want to, a guy like Giannis, a guy like Giannis, I see Giannis coming down to Illinois, out of Milwaukee, out of Wisconsin into Illinois. They trade a few picks for him, and he's a bull. You know, you see all the Antetokounmpo jerseys around here, and they're like, "Oh, we have our second coming of MJ." Right, and then you have Giddey Lobster onto the Kumpa, which I'll absolutely despise.
Fight Magic Johnson, Giannis on the same team.
Yes, that's horrifying.
You know, it sucks because
my God,
my first take before the year was going to be the gambling man for Coach of the Year.
See,
but I'm being serious. Like the Blazers last year were very good for what they were supposed to be. No one really expected a lot out of them, and they were decent. The West is impossible, and they finished with a good record.
I think
obviously a losing record isn't great, but for what they were going for, they were competitive and still mid, and still got a good draft pick. And heading into the season, I thought that the Blazers were going to be like the 6 to 8 seed in the West and make that playoffs. Yeah, I really like what the Blazers, but I think it'll take a couple years now because what happened, unfortunately, Chauncey, gambling man, but.
Thiago Splitter, I think Thiago Splitter.
Yeah, I think there's a world where Thiago Splitter does win it.
If they would have a winning record, this guy was an assistant. Wasn't even the first option to become the head coach. He wasn't even the second in command. He wasn't the lead assistant, but they were like, "We like what Splitter's doing, and we're going to give him the role." I assume he's going to get the role for the whole year at this point. I don't think there's a world where Chauncey comes back to coach this team.
Oh no, he's done.
But it's crazy. We watched this.
It's just a testament, man. That's just a testament. That's a testament to the Blazers organization.
What's this man?
Like
now he's the head coach, and his team's 4-3.
Unreal.
And Jeremy Grant's averaging 20 points per game.
Yeah,
I
still can't believe that he's averaging 20.
You're living in a wild time. We're gonna have a lot of John Morant discussion in the next NBA episode. Next week we will talk NFL, and next week we'll have a special guest. So look out for that. Thank you.
You ready for next week? Our first segment of rants. We are going to do a new series where every week one of us are going to get a time to rant about our team. We're going to get even around 5 minutes on the clock. Just have 5 minutes to rant about their team, and then we move on. Up first is going to be me. People can see I have a lot to say about that right there. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be some very entertaining content.
See Donald running the balls. Like you will see that next week. But if you made it to this point, thank you so much for watching episode 2 of the Triple Threat Podcast. It's been an honor, and we will see you next week.
Peace.